Well, it's been at least a month or two since Mr. Lightfoot has graced us with his presence. And we're going back to the album Summertime Dream, which we also did a track from, the wreck of the SS Edmund Fitzgerald, I believe that's what it was. Um, yep, that was the one. That was track 2 on side 1. This is track 1 on side 2. Hi guys, welcome to Lee Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. We are back, Mr. Gordon Lightfoot, courtesy of our patron Arnie. Thank you as always, Arnie. I really appreciate the support, man. This is the track called Protocol, which is the only thing I found about it is it's some kind of anti-war song, I believe. It doesn't have a page. There's really not much on it. Obviously, the album does. This apparently, This marked his commercial zenith, I guess, in popularity. He was, really big in Canada. This album went to number 1 in Canada. It went to number 10, I believe, in the U.S. But he had broad appeal, it seems like, across many genres and peoples and everything, man. And I love artists like that. They just bring people together. It doesn't matter, who you are, where you come from. You can just sit down and enjoy his music, and it just speaks to everybody. That's Gordon Lightfoot. And I love it. Let's go. Don't worry about the coconut. All right. If you want to subscribe to help a brother out, click that icon right below my face, somewhere down there. I'd really appreciate it. And if you leave a like and a comment too, I'd appreciate it even more. All right. Okay, no more Mr. All right, Gordon Lightfoot, Protocol. 3, 2, 1, go.
Who are these ones who would lead us now to the sound of 1,000 guns? Who'd storm the gates of hell itself to the tune of a single drum? Where are the girls of the neighborhood bars whose loves were lost at sea? In the hills of France and on German soil, from Saigon to Wounded Knee, who come from long lines of soldiers whose duty was fulfilled in the words of a warrior's will and protocol. Where are the boys in their coats of blue who flew when their eyes were blind? Was God in town for the Roman games? Was he there when the deals were signed? Who are the kings in their coats of mail who rode by the cross to die? They all go down into worthiness. Is it wrong for a king to cry? And who are these ones who would have us know, whose presence is concealed, whose nature is revealed in a time bomb?
Whoa. This is touching. Not just lyrically either. The instrumentation's great.
And last of all, you old sea dogs who travel after whale, yet storm the gates of hell itself, a taste of a mermaid's tale, who come from long lines of skippers who whose duty was fulfilled. In the words of the warrior's will and protocol,
the guitar in that was almost as haunting as the lyrics, honestly. Man, that's a deep one, guys. It's basically just like quoting all the different conflicts that have happened across, not all of them, but, a decent majority of the more famous ones. And war is a racket, obviously. And it's old men sending young men to go die, but young men and women, and it doesn't matter really the age anymore. They're sending everybody, or they will be eventually. I don't know, man. My father was in the Navy. Grandfather was in the Navy. Great grandfather was in the Navy. I tried to enlist as sort of like my mom was acting like one of those judges, back in the 70s, or like, you know what, either you can go to prison or you can go join the army. That's basically what she was doing, as like an intervention. Like, what do you think I'm gonna be able to do? Like, withdrawing? Like, you think I'm gonna survive boot camp, like, or whatever it would entail? No, that wouldn't have happened. But I did try to enlist, and they made me write a letter for all the charges I had received. As I think I was like 20 up at that point. And I already had charges and stuff, so I had to write a letter to the brigadier general. He wrote me back though. They didn't take me, but he wrote me back. That was nice. All right, so. For the most part, that felt like mostly Gordon, but okay, yeah, there was pedal steel. All right, Pee Wee Charles on pedal steel, which was haunting in this. Rick Haynes on the bass, Barry Keane on drums, Terry Clements on lead acoustic and electric guitars, and then Gordon Lightfoot did vocals, 6 and 12 string guitars, which I heard the 12 string and the acoustic in this. Other than the lyrics, obviously that was the best part, but it just gave this like almost like a dreamlike feeling, and then he's just singing about people going to go die. But the thing is, I didn't even get like a war vibe from that, other than what he was saying. But I did get was generational divides, and that's random, right? It made me think of like my grandfather, and like the couple years after my dad died that he lived with us, and he saw me slipping, started to see me hang out with my friends, and we went from playing video games to like smoking cigarettes and having girls over and pot, and he was like in his 90s, so there was nothing he could really do about it. He could yell at me from his chair, basically. That was about it. And as a parent now and everything, it just breaks my heart to know what I went through. And it's so weird to have pity for oneself, but like honest pity, not just like, oh my goodness, woe is me kind of pity. But I honestly have pity for my younger self that I had to go through that, as an only child. My dad died, and he was my favorite one. No offense, Mom. Not anymore, obviously, but when I was younger, he was my favorite. And it was fucked up, man. But I feel like it's even worse for my grandfather, because he lost his son, but then his grandson's right there in front of him, falling and slipping right before his eyes, and he can't do nothing about it. Fuck. Shit makes me want to cry, bro. I wish I could repair what I broke, basically, as a young man. He eventually, he didn't like pass away immediately. He went to a place for a while, and he was there for a couple of years actually, and he died at 99 and a half. He was almost there. He almost made it to a century, man. That would have been crazy. My namesake, he was a very good man. He had a lot of knowledge, shall we say, and I don't know. I just miss him a lot. Sorry to ramble. But that's what it made me feel like, it's just that generational divide, because he's from, the greatest generation, basically. He was born in, I think, like 1919 or something like that. I don't remember exactly what year it was. It was either 1919 or 1918. And it was right after World War I. So, yeah, it was around that time. I don't know, man. It's just hard for them, for anybody, what is a 95-year-old, retired military guy, have anything in common with an 11-year-old rebellious teenager in like the year 2005. Like there just was there wasn't much. But the thing is, we used to hang out before all that, before my friends came over and took over. Me and my grandfather would watch TV together. We'd go get food, Chinese food, drive back home. I just miss those times so much, man, and I wish I had them still. I really do. But that was great. Gordon always inspires something for me. Doesn't matter what song we do by him, man. He just has that that ability to touch one from so many different angles. Even though that sounds weird, but like it can come from here, come from there. You just don't know what to expect with him. But I always know that there is going to be an emotional response with his music, and I appreciate that a lot. So thank you, Arnie. War is a terrible thing, and I think he vocalized a lot of the different conflicts that have happened, and is it really worth it? And that there are those long families of soldiers, and it's almost like, are you dooming your child to the same fate as you? Are you resigning them to the same fate, or I don't know, man. There's a lot of different questions this song ponders, and I like that about it. That and the wreck of the SS Edmund Fitzgerald, they're both on this album, and they both have a military theme in a way, and they're both very thought-provoking, especially coming from somebody who is, shall we say, in a military family, even though they're all gone, so I guess it doesn't really count anymore. Sucks, but sorry for being a downer in this video. It's just kind of a downer song, to be honest, but I still loved it. That was still a great track. It definitely inspired some thoughts. I don't know how much I'll revisit it, though, because it's just, it makes me think of things I don't really want to, not that I don't want to remember, it's nothing I can change. And my brain is just one of those that always thinks that I can change it. Obviously, I know that I can't, but my brain doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So if I ponder and think about these things, I'll just like beat myself up for hours, bro. Like I'm my favorite punching bag. It's myself, basically. But it is what it is. Thank you, Arnie, once again. That was a great pick. And if you guys have any other recommendations, leave it down below. I love Gordon. I've only done like, I think 4 or 5 songs by him. So I think we've done If You Can Read My Mind, Edmund Fitzgerald, this one, I think one other one. So if you have any other suggestions, leave it down below. Thanks for watching. I will see y'all later. Don't forget, we have a really cool Patreon community, and we'd love to have you. If you go into the description of the video, there's a link. If you join the $15 tier or up, you get 1 free request a month. There's other tiers for other amounts of requests if you want to do something else. There's also PayPal as well in the description if you want to send a tip or a request in that way. Those ones take a lot longer, though. There's a big backlog, let's say. So if you want to get it done within a month, Patreon's probably the way to go. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you later.